The walls are closing in on Donald Trump with a new bombshell report. Oh, it's been a while since I got to say that. Remember that? Every day, every week, every month, every hour, every minute. Donald Trump, the walls are closing in. The end is near, the beginning of the end for Trump. The bombshell reports. That was when he first started his presidency, and it never stopped. Now, maybe it actually is kind of true, because you had Steve Bannon come out and say that 35 Trump allies were raided by the feds. And you have this story from Newsweek. Donald Trump's surprise visit to Washington, D.C. sparks arrest speculation. What? Whoa. So what happened here? What's the big news? Donald Trump was seen landing at Dulles Airport in D.C. And he was wearing golf shoes and like a polo. And so everybody just immediately said, this proves it. You see, why would Donald Trump abruptly fly wearing these casual clothes to D.C.? He never comes to D.C. Well, the only explanation, of course, is that he's going to be arrested, right? Maybe. He could be playing golf. That's it. There's golf courses out here, and he's wearing golf clothes because he may be playing golf. That's it. I don't know, man. I know that Steve Bannon got perp walked. I know that the media has come out and started claiming that, this proves MAGA's one big scam. Meanwhile, Black Lives Matter, their leader, is accused of stealing like 10 times the amount that Steve Bannon was accused of stealing. But I don't see no FBI raids over there, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. Maybe Donald Trump is in D.C. because maybe he's going to be answering some questions. We just saw Bannon arrested. Even I think Alan Dershowitz, who's actually defended Trump quite a bit, has said, they're gearing up for an indictment and Trump could be indicted for this. So maybe this time, this is the one time the walls are finally closing in on Trump. But I got to be honest, I still just don't buy it. I cannot see the future, my friends, but I guess we'll see, Steve Bannon said the FBI is the Gestapo. I think there's a unit of the FBI because, I've talked with local police about the issues we're dealing with over here, security and stuff. And it's gotten a lot worse. I can't say exactly what's going on, but, just death threats and things like that. And the FBI has a ton of agents all over the country. And it's you have to understand, not every FBI agent is like in the Washington field office answering to Chris Wray or anything like that. So when I'm talking to these cops, they're like, yeah, the local guys, they know them. They're local guys. Like they know these agents. So I think there's something rotten at the core, in perhaps in the Washington Bureau, perhaps at the top. Well, Donald Trump's the one who appointed Wray, so he has no one to blame but himself. But, I keep my fingers crossed. It's probably futile. That, the crimes being committed against us and, Marjorie Taylor Greene getting swatted and Steve Bannon as well will be solved and will be answered. And I guess not. I don't know. I've not heard anything. So, forgive me if I just don't trust the FBI at this point. There have been a series of very serious crimes. And I'll just put it this way. They've been reported to the feds and we've heard nothing. Just nothing. And that's what's really scary to me, because we talk about a lot of what's going on with Trump and the speculation, I suppose, is there's like a rogue element in the FBI. And it's like, yeah, but we're in a unique position here at Timcast in that we've had private residences, studios. We've had bomb threats. We've had death threats over and over again. And we've nothing. So my fingers are crossed, like maybe behind the scenes, they're working in quiet. I really doubt it. Kind of imagine that they tell us, talk to our security guards if they'd actually pursued the criminals that are targeting us, but they're not. So I'm not confident. Not at all. Newsweek reports. Donald Trump's surprise visit to Washington, D.C. sparks arrest speculation. Oh, my. Donald Trump made a surprise and unannounced visit to Washington, D.C. on Sunday, prompting speculation and rumors about the reason for his trip. A video of Trump arriving at Dulles Airport in Virginia, an airport frequently used by those heading to the Capitol, was posted online by freelance reporter Andrew Layden. The former president can be seen getting out of a plane and heading into a vehicle waiting on the asphalt. Trump appears to be wearing golf shoes and a white polo top. A motorcade of vehicles then drives away, with Layden suggesting Trump was heading to his golf course in D.C. Well, okay, then. Perhaps that's that. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. The next segment will be coming up. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. People aren't done with this? All right. What's the speculation? Trump, who has only visited D.C. once since he left the White House in January 2021, made no mention of the trip on Truth Social, the social media account he frequently posts on, or any other statement. The surprise visit has resulted in a range of theories being shared online. Some have suggested that Trump may be in D.C. because he is due to be arrested by the Department of Justice, or that he may be visiting the Walter Reed Hospital for health reasons. Okay, now let's start from the order of probability. He's going golfing. Trump golfs. There's people in D.C. he knows. He's going to golf with them. He's wearing golf clothes. Ladies and gentlemen, mystery solved, right? Yeah, maybe. Walter Reed Hospital, maybe. Maybe Trump was getting ready to play golf and then he felt, a little murmur in his heart or something. Maybe it's myocarditis. And he was like, ooh, not feeling too good. Let's go up to the hospital. Yeah, okay, that's more probable. That's not as probable as just playing golf, but, okay, it's there. Getting arrested. Okay, look, maybe, but that's probably the lowest probability. They say Trump potentially faces a number of indictments in connection with the January 6th attack and his alleged attempts, thank you, Newsweek, alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election results. He's also facing an FBI investigation into claims he mishandled classified documents seized from his Mar-a-Lago resort and then allegedly attempted to obstruct the inquiry. See, that's where they're probably going to try and get him. Many have suggested Trump is being dressed in golf attire, suggest the visit was not planned or needed to be taken at a moment's notice. Others noted that Trump may be in the Capitol to attend the speech due to be given by his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, at an event hosted by the America First Policy Institute. That's possible, too, but why would he be wearing golf clothes? He'd be wearing a suit. So I'm not sure if I buy that one. Lindy Lee, here we go, a political commentator and Democratic National Committee member, tweeted, Trump is in D.C. 57 days before the election. Whoa, full stop. 57 days, ladies and gentlemen. Get your friends to vote. Go knock on doors. Register people to vote. Tell them to vote. Do your organizational due diligence. Encourage the vote. Register voters. Everybody should get their friends together and go vote. So if the theories of indictment hold true, this would be perfect. Okay, I'm sorry. 57 days before the election, which is right around the DOJ's alleged 60-day threshold for election year sensitivities. So if the theories of indictment hold true, this would be perfect timing. No, it wouldn't. The deadline's passed. You see, that's reaching. It would be perfect timing for it to happen afterwards. Sorry, dude, not interested. Lee added, he was well enough to deplane himself, so if it's a medical emergency, it can't be that dire, which paves the way for other explanations. Dude, if you are having like an arrhythmia, you're going to be walking off the plane by yourself. Like maybe he's got IBS. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh man, I got to go to the bathroom. Something's wrong. You're going to deplane the plane by yourself. Maybe he hurt his hand playing golf. He's playing golf and goes, ooh, I sprained my wrist. There's so much you can speculate. This is my point. Yes, we all know that there's a very real possibility the feds go after Trump. But there are so many so many circumstances you could just speculate as to being more probable. Donald Trump jammed his finger. Yeah, he was walking and then he waved and then a golf ball hit the tip of his finger, jammed, and he went, so he can deplane himself, but he needs to go to the hospital. Come on. There's thousands of reasons why Trump could need to go to the hospital and be fine enough to walk and not be at serious risk. Lawyer George Conway, husband of Kellyanne Conway, dismissed the idea Trump is in D.C. to play golf, saying it hasn't exactly been golf weather here. Dude, it's sunny all week in D.C. These people are so desperate. Right now, it's mostly cloudy and 70 degrees. It is excellent weather to be outside. Might rain later today. Okay, so maybe he's not playing Monday. But, Trump comes in on a Monday, sits down, has a nice steak dinner at a good steakhouse. What's that fancy steakhouse? I can't remember his name. And then he's got all week to play golf in the sunny, beautiful 80-degree weather. Okay. Well, it doesn't explain why he'd be wearing golf clothes now. He's wearing clothes if he was at the golf course. So I honestly think, medical issue may be what's happening here. Look, let's imagine this scenario is right, that they really want to get Trump. Do you think they're going to ask him to just show up? Bro, they want a perp walk. Okay. They're not going to be like, come on down for some questioning. They're going to go and raid his home. Or maybe that's not delicate enough. I don't know. He says, it hasn't exactly been golf weather. It's been raining, Conway added. Ha 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 ha. It has been, but come on. It's sunny all next week. This is ridiculous. Seth Abramson was one of those who played down the speculation. It says, I'm seeing many people saying he's at Walter Reed with no evidence to support the claim. Others saying it's going to be a rain tomorrow, but DOJ has implied it'll take no such action pre-election. A search of a Trump D.C. property, possibly, but no evidence of that either. It's like, it's going to turn out to be something dumb, like Trump was sitting there at his golf course and he was like, you know what I really want? I want to get a nice steak from D.C. It's been a while. Let's go, guys. And then that's it. The Twitter account of the left-wing blog The Palmer Report also suggested the reason for a visit may not be as exciting as Trump critics are hoping it to be. If the DOJ is behind this, the best hope we have for a swift explanation is if Trump himself blabs about it on a social network. But in such a case, we wouldn't know whether to believe any of what we saw. Look, I'm going to be honest. If this was the DOJ, Trump would be posting on Truth Social, it's a witch hunt and they're making me come down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an abomination. Why would Trump say nothing? Health issue. If Trump had like explosive flatulence, he's not going to be posting about it because that's who Trump is. He's not going to tell people that. If he was being indicted or brought in for questioning, he'd be like, this is absurd. They're calling me in, because he'd want all his supporters to know about it. If Trump is faking a sudden health issue because he mistakenly believes that checking into a hospital will save him from being indicted and arrested, yawn. Short of that, why would Trump abruptly decide to voluntarily rush to D.C., still dressed in golf course clothes, looking more frazzled than ever? I mean, that's a fair point. Showing up in golf clothes makes you wonder. I can respect that. The Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington added, look, it's kind of weird that Trump flew to D.C. tonight and no one knows why. There's a lot of speculation, so let's just wait out until we know more before jumping to conclusions, but it is weird. Trump has been contacted for comments. Oh, I wonder what the comments are saying here. I urge Republicans to dump Trump and nominate a less controversial, less volatile, younger Republican president. I mean, I got to be honest. Ron DeSantis has kind of proven himself. I'm going to be real with y'all. Donald Trump, he's sporadic. He's tough. I dig it. Carl Benjamin said it's got to be Trump. He's got to finish that narrative arc. And I'm like, Trump was never my guy. I didn't vote for him in 2016. I voted him from 2020 when faced with the prospect of Joe Biden, what Joe Biden represented. And having seen Trump's track record versus what I thought we would get with Trump and Hillary Clinton, I said, okay, school choice is good. But I got to tell you, Ron DeSantis, sorry. Trump supporters don't like me that much anyway, because I'm a fairly middle of the road guy. But I see Ron DeSantis, and in him, I see military leadership. I see, actually, people have pointed out to me, he does have foreign policy experience, being in Congress and in the military. So I said, okay, I take that back. He has fired. He suspended and fired. I don't know if he fired the guy, the woke DA who wasn't prosecuting crime. I think Ron DeSantis is like a gift basket being handed to the MAGA Republicans. I got to be honest. And the reason I said that in April, I shifted back towards Trump a little bit because Trump said he wants to fire everybody. And I'm like, that's it. If Trump fires everybody, the Schedule F stuff. And then Ron DeSantis, he actually did fire that guy. And here's my point here. Trump said he was going to drain the swamp. He didn't do it. He brought in more swamp monsters. Ron DeSantis is a Freedom Caucus guy. Freedom Caucus is great. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think she's Freedom Caucus, right? You've got Thomas Massey. You got Troy Nails. You got some good people there. Ron DeSantis, I think he's done a really, really great job. Donald Trump locked things down. He did. He was the guy behind 2 weeks to slow the spread. Now, to be fair, he said, look, it's the governors who are going to do this. I can respect that. But under Trump, we had Fauci. He could have fired Fauci at any moment. He had bad advisors. He brought in Bolton. So I'm looking at this now and I'm like, the one thing that really gets me with Trump is that he is Trump. So I think his business savvy is going to help us with the economy. We had the best numbers of our lives. I can respect all of that. Foreign policy, magnificent. But now I'm looking at domestic policy. And I think Trump is the rallying cry of the left. DeSantis is not. They'll try to make it DeSantis, but DeSantis doesn't have that pizzazz. Look, Trump is a powerful media figure that's easy, that they can scream drumpf. But DeSantis, regular people aren't motivated by DeSantis. We may be. And so I'm thinking we got a younger guy with military experience who's already proven track record in Florida. I think he might be better. The only thing that really shifts me towards Trump is the firing everybody. But many people have pointed out to me like, yeah, Tim, you want to support Trump, but he didn't fire everybody. He didn't drain the swamp. He drained it of its fluids and exposed a bunch of swamp monsters, but he brought swamp monsters in too. Now, I can respect that Trump did what he could do. And many people are saying you get Trump, DeSantis, then DeSantis, DeSantis, Trump, DeSantis with DeSantis VP, and then 2 terms of DeSantis. And that's wishful thinking. The idea that a Republican is going to get, the Republican Party is going to get 3 terms back to back, maybe not. I'm worried that this stuff about Trump, they're going after him. They want to stop him. I'll put it this way. The reason why people think Trump won't be indicted is because it would pave the way for DeSantis. And then what can they do? Nah, they need Trump to run. So I'll add this to the speculation. I don't think they're going to indict Trump. They might. I'm not sure. I go back and forth on this. I know. It's right now, based on the information. I don't know. Let's put it this way. I don't want to say they will or they won't because I've gone back and forth a little bit. Here's why they would to stop him. Here's why they wouldn't. It would prop up DeSantis, and there's nothing they can do to stop DeSantis. Another reason they would is because they're zealot ideologues. Another reason they wouldn't. They need people to rally against Donald Trump. They need that for the midterms. The DeSantis thing is 2024. So I got a feeling, man. I don't know. Here's why they would. They propped up all these MAGA Republicans. You remember this? Democrats are supporting MAGA Republicans. And Donald Trump his endorsements are up 92 to 99% or something like that. Like all of his guys are getting, I think it's 92%. People he's endorsing, men and women. Now they've lined them all up. They indict Trump and say, don't vote for the criminals. Indicting Trump now, right before the election. Oh, they said they're not going to do it, but come on. Look at the Hunter Biden laptop. They can then run commercials saying Donald Trump has been indicted for this, that, or otherwise. And these are the people who were working with him. Blah. That's why they would. Tough call, man. I don't know. And so I kind of feel like with the Ron DeSantis, you have a clean slate. Not perfect. I know they're going to DeSantis saying DeSantis is actually worse than Trump. And it's like, dude, okay. Ron DeSantis, savvier, more tact. I think he might be the right dude. I do. It just really feels safer. I was thinking this over the weekend, and I go back and forth. I know, but I'm thinking about Trump and DeSantis, the ways they're going after Trump and Trump supporters, and I'm like, Ron DeSantis is the safer bet. I think. I'm not so sure. This is a story we got over the weekend. Bannon tells Charlie Kirk 35 MAGA allies got raided day of indictment. Now, a lot of people are saying Bannon's full of it, but Harmeet Dillon, who's a lawyer, said she can confirm people she knew were also raided as well. Maybe they don't want to come out and say it. Check this out. Bannon linked the alleged FBI searches to political and legal pressures facing right-wing figures, including Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, Trump, and himself. Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Take a look at this. You search for 35 Trump allies, and what do you get? It looks like the results below are changing quickly. If this topic is new, it can sometimes take time for reliable sources to publish information. Check the source. Are they trusted? Come back later. Yeah, Newsweek, dude. Nice try, Google. Creepy. I love this next story. Steve Bannon's indictment reveals the truth about Trumpism. Oh, the truth about Trumpism, huh? In the end, MAGA is nothing but a scam with hate in its heart and other people's money in its pockets. Oh, Steve Bannon, who's just stealing money. Oh, okay. Defrauding. He's facing charges of defrauding donors. Oh, heavens. Because he took $1 million out of a $25 million build the wall fund. Okay. They say two people have already pleaded guilty. Is a very direct example of a prominent figure in the MAGA movement lining their pockets with money from unsuspecting marks. But it also stands as a metaphor for the movement as a whole. Far from standing up for the interests of ordinary Americans, MAGA exists to funnel money, power, and prestige to a small elite while not lifting a finger to improve the lives of anyone else. I don't know if the charges are legitimate. If Bannon did take the $1 million, I will give a stern wag of the finger. Is it criminal? I don't know. Look, if you have a nonprofit with a mission, you can pay yourself. Like organizers get paid salaries to run the operation. But Biden taking $1 million, I don't think Biden needs some. I'm pretty sure Biden's super rich as it is. So it's just weird to me. Don't look at me. I don't know. Don't ask me. We'll see how this plays out. But I will give an honorable mention to our good friends over at Black Lives Matter. They've accused an executive of stealing $10 million in donor funds. Oh. Huh. Steve Bannon took $1 million. That's really interesting. It's really interesting. Really interesting. I have questions about that number. Yeah. Black Lives Matter. 10 million. Huh. Where's Perp Walk? They perp walked Steve Bannon. Amazing. Black Lives Matter activists accuse an executive of stealing $10 million in funds and putting it in their personal piggy bank. Where's Perp Walk? Okay. I think we get it, my friends. You know, you could be someone who has a complaint about $1 million and ain't nobody going to make a move. The feds are going to say not interested. But it's Steve Bannon. Now all of a sudden they are, right before the election, mind you. Black Lives Matter could be $10 million. Ain't nobody going to make no moves. Sorry. We don't know what you're talking about. No raids there. Okay. This is why I have no faith. This is why I think we're at Gestapo levels. This is why I think civil war. I'll add something to this. When I talk about civil war, guys, and predictions and politics, I'm literally just reading the news, you know? If the media comes out and says the Democrats are polling well and they're expected to win the Senate, I say that. And I say it looks like they're going to win the Senate. And then if they lose, people are going to come out and be like, Tim was wrong. I'll be like, wasn't I wrong or was I just reading some news article, dude? Calm down. You know, I will add this. Some of the speculation that I have is due to ongoing security issues that we have here at Timcast that aren't being addressed. And there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about. We're talking about death threats and things like that. I'll tell you, I've had communications with some top men, and I'm just surprised at the lack of support that we seem to be able to get. So weird. You'd think something would be done about this. Nah, they say it doesn't move the needle. Sorry. It's just not an issue for us that we're concerned about. But Steve Bannon? You better believe they'll go after him. Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on. I like to believe that the lower ranking and field offices outside of D.C. have FBI agents who are doing good. I mean, we heard about them going after some child trafficking ring. It's like, you know, maybe they're doing something good, but the leadership is just rotten to the core, I guess. And it makes me worried when you see stuff like this. 35 Trump supporters, Trump allies, raided. Trump facing indictment, so they say. We'll see, man. We're well past the point where throughout history people would flee countries. So just saying. Next segment's coming up at 1 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.